Welcome everyone to the 2020 annual HOP Gala. Obviously, we wish we could all be together like we normally are in Little Cottonwood Canyon, celebrating an amazing year of HOP accomplishments and getting Dean's presentation. But we are so appreciative of your support and joining this call this evening. My name is Molly Keller. I have been a board member of the Human Outreach Project for 5 years, and I am excited to once again introduce Dean Cardinal, founder and president of Human Outreach Project, who's going to give a great presentation on the work that he and all of you who support continue to do that is having an ongoing incredible impact. And now more than ever, we appreciate your support. So Dean, take it away, and we're excited to all be here.
Thank you everybody for coming. This is a little different, as Molly said. I'm going to share my screen with everyone so you can see my presentation. But first I want to just say thank you for tuning in. And what we're trying to do is share some information from the year we have had. And it has been a successful year in many ways for the Human Outreach Project. And we have been going now for 14 years since we started Worldwide Trekking. Human Outreach Project was one of the first things that I did. And it is normal, as Molly said, for us to be gathering up at Snowbird, up in the Cliff Lodge, to share our year between the holidays here. And it's always so nice to see everybody up there and get to enjoy everybody, but we'll look forward to that in the future. Tonight, I wanted to share the year from 2020 here for the Human Outreach Project. And I'm gonna go through a bit of a presentation, should be no more than 25, 30 minutes. And if you wanna see more detail, and I hope that you do, we will be sending our annual report out on an email, and we'll also have copies. Normally this time of year, and we're reflecting on a summer where we just had traveled the world from Nepal to Patagonia to Asia and Africa and everywhere in between. And I look forward to getting back to that. This summer, we switched gears in a lot of ways. We changed our program a little bit, and we were able to run small and private groups in Southern Utah. So we were adaptable, and it was a busy summer of guiding small groups. And I do, in very many ways, look forward to getting back to visiting all of my friends and colleagues and partners around the world with Worldwide Trekking and the Human Outreach Project, in which they all have some participation in so many ways. So we'll look forward to that in the future. And I know that my focus tonight is to share some of our accomplishments in the main areas that we do travel to and run our Human Outreach Project programs: Nepal, Peru, and in Tanzania, and then right here in the United States. So what I've done is recorded some videos from the guys overseas, which will let you hear from them as we go through this. I started the Human Outreach Project in 2007, and a big part of the start of the Human Outreach Project, my good Sherpa friend, Ang Pasang was killed in 2007 in an avalanche. I had started the Worldwide Trekking that year, and shortly after, I was able to go over and meet his 3 children in an orphanage in Kathmandu. You can see in the upper right photo the first day that I met them. And our relationship has grown and grown over the years. We have really been able to spend a lot of time together every time that I'm in Nepal. And Lakpa's the oldest son in the top right, blue shirt, dark blue shirt, as a young boy. In the lower left, him graduating college last year. And Lakpa made a video for us to talk a little bit about his experience over the years with the Human Outreach Project. So I'm just going to play that now.
Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for having me here. My name is Tapadini Sherpa, and today I'm going to talk about how I connected to Men Outreach Projects and how I got to meet my dad, Dean Cardinal, in 2006. I was in the orphanage at the time. I got the news about my dad passing away in mountains. And then I got to meet Dean Cardinal as we grow, and he began to come every year, and he began to like took us for dinner, took us for shopping, made us feel, that we are not alone. That made me keep on going, working hard. I was not a talented student, but I worked really hard. Human Outreach Project was helping me to get into college. I was fortunate enough to get those opportunities. All I want to say is that I'm very, very happy. I'm very, very fortunate. I'm very, very lucky enough to receive love, support from Human Outreach Project. I have two siblings, one brother and one sister. My sister, she's studying in bachelor's. She's in third year. She's studying business. In near future, she wants to be a banker. And my brother's his name is Tawa Gelsen, and he's studying in grade 12, and he is interested in computers. So in the near future, he wants to be IT. There are a lot of other students. I visited, like Jubing and curricula. I've seen these people. Whenever I see them, I see myself. I see myself in those children. That really made me like realize, how fortunate I was. Now these people are getting opportunity because of Human Outreach Project. I've personally been in their places. I know how the education works, how desperate to have these educations and opportunities. And I was able to be part of these programs where we install laptops, give them solars for the alternative source of energies during the shortage of electricity, and get them the Rachel, which was a very useful means to learn about the world, educations, technologies. The children were pretty excited. Teachers were really happy, and I was quite happy about being part of that programs. I just want to say thank you for giving me a love and support and everything. I just want to say thank you. Thank you so much, everyone. Have a great day. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Lakpa. I also wanted to share a little bit about what else we're doing in Nepal. It's one of the places that it was our first worldwide trekking trip, and with that, we started to help out right away. The Napche Dental Clinic was one of the first programs that we started to support over there. Shortly after, there was the Everest avalanche that killed 16 Sherpas that we supported their families with. The earthquakes followed in 2014. We were able to go over with a group of trauma surgeons and help along the way. And then we started to dig in and do some more sustainable programs. We built a medical clinic in Manang, Nepal with the Himalayan Rescue Association. And that clinic just reached its phase 3. In all of our construction projects, we think of phase 1 as budgeting and an introduction to trying to break ground and get things going. Into phase 2, we review our budget and finalize things quite close to completion. And then in phase 3, we finish our program until we go into ongoing support. So it's been really great there to build and support the Manang Medical Clinic the last few years. We had also started programs in Juving and Karakola, Nepal. You can see these young Sherpa children in the blue uniforms behind our group. And we brought over solar power and computers to both schools, starting with Karakola and Juving, and then starting with 12 laptops and a Rachel learning system that helps them learn computer skills, hiring teachers that were able to teach the children English and computer. I do have a recording here that I want to play from our operations manager in Nepal, Geljan Sherpa, and I'm going to play that now.
Namaste, everybody. I'm Geljan Sherpa from Nepal. I'm the local operation manager for Human Outreach Project since the beginning, 2007. During this period, we could support so many peoples and so many victims, and we helped a lot in the remote area for education, health, and all the needed people. I'm very happy, and I feel proud that definitely we could give something back to the community. We distribute there so many big solar batteries to the monastery and school, and still they are using, and then we provide them a lots of laptops, and then we set up the computer room. They're all school in Karikola and Jubing, so and then even we hired the computer teachers, so it helps a lot. Jubing is about 2,500 people living in the Jubing. Is a small village. We support them. We have been paying their the children's tuition fee in school. Even the amount is not big, but for them is a lot. So it is very helpful that the Human Outreach Project decided to pay this the tuition fees and then the teacher salaries. Karikola is a little bigger than Jubing. The population is around 3,000. The school is a little better than the Jubing. They got some more donors to help the things need in school. Approximately the number of students going sometimes up and down, but the average is 400. Mana is one of our huge project. We build up the new buildings in Manang, so the new building is very huge and very systematic. Every visitors who get a sick, especially in altitude sickness, when they're above the 3,000 meters, they get a free medical service in Manang, and even the village people, they get a full medical treatment in Manang, and it is really helpful. I would like to say thank you so much for all the donors, and then the Dean Cardinal. Thank you so much for your great support to us through the Human Outreach Project, and through your support, we could give back to the community so many things. You guys are doing a really great job. Thank you so much. I'm still very hopeful that we can get a support continue from all our donors, and then we can keep our project and our program continue in the future. Namaste.
Okay, yeah, thank you, Geljan. Nepal has been a big part of our program, and will continue to grow our program there. And our mission this last summer was to break ground on a second medical clinic in the Khumbu Valley. We were budgeted for that and decided to hold off on breaking ground until we could get back over there and reassess things. And we look forward to working forward to that in the future. On to Peru, where we run a lot of trips to Machu Picchu and trek in the Andes mountain range down there. Over the years, we have installed 2 computer centers in the small remote villages of Hairupampa and Pashpa village. And those both have a lot of families that are based in very, very remote areas. So we were able to check in on those programs. Just this last week, we hosted what we call our Chocolata festival in Hairupampa and Pashpa village. And those 2 programs are basically the way that they would celebrate their Christmas holiday there, by drinking hot chocolate and a gift for the boys and girls of the village. So we did that in both villages just last week, and it was very successful. And we do have an update from Rodolfo, our operations manager down in Huaraz, Peru. Here's Rodolfo.
Okay, dear friend, I am going to inform to you about the chocolatadas in Huaripampa and then Pashpa. So you know, I am a representative of the Oman Overage Project here in Huaraz. In Huaripampa, there are 120 children. In Pashpa, we have almost 150 children. They helped to me in the chocolatada. Yes, that is the most important thing in Peru. That the Navidad, we say Navidad, yeah, in English is Christmas Day. We serve hot chocolate with a glass. to each children, and they have we give each toys to each children. The children was very happy with the present, and the mothers too was very happy, and the community was very happy. They told me to say to Dean and to Women Outreach Project, thank you for everything. Feliz Navidad and Merry Christmas for you and for your family. Thank you very much for everything. Okay.
So Peru is another place that will continue to grow our operations. And by doing these regular programs, we have a chance to revisit and recheck in and see how we can help assist those communities in the future by visiting. Jairi Pampa and Pashpa gives us the opportunity to continue to help them grow and to help support them in so many ways. Here in the United States, we continued our programs this summer. We picked up a couple alternate programs that you can look at in our annual report, and we ran some of the ones that we have run regularly over the year. Over the past few weeks since Thanksgiving time, we were able to support our Veterans Outreach Program. This year we serviced 30 families in the local Utah area. Those are all nice sized families, 4, 5 or more people in those families, from veterans that are struggling with post-adjustment issues here in the United States. And what we do is we bring them food supplies from Smith's with a lot of dry goods and pantry goods. And then we also give them a gift card so they can go shopping after Thanksgiving for their families. And then the week before this last week, Monday through Wednesday, we did another round of deliveries with food supplies for those same veteran families. I want to reach out and thank our volunteers. So many people stepped up and did all of the deliveries this year to 30 families that are not right in Salt Lake. A lot of them are up in Ogden and south of Salt Lake and in faraway areas. So I really want to thank the donors and the volunteers that helped put it together and made it possible. We also locally were able to support the elementary school down here in Salt Lake City that we work with for our Hop Outdoors program, where we bring kids up to Snowbird in the summertime for hiking. We sponsored 20 families that could really use the support this winter during the holidays with gift bags along with gift cards. And they were distributed through the principal of the elementary school down there in Salt Lake City. So we were able to outreach to over 50 families locally here in Salt Lake City and the surrounding areas. We didn't have the opportunity to run our Hop Outdoors program this summer up at Snowbird for obvious reasons. We had to pause that program, but we are looking forward to getting back up there next year. And with the help of Snowbird, Utah Food Services, the North Face, and some of our other sponsors, we look forward to getting kids from the valley up to enjoy the outdoors for a day of hiking throughout the summer months. So we're really excited to continue that program. And we have talked to our schools already, and they're excited to have us continue as well. Tanzania, Africa, we spent a lot of time in Tanzania climbing Kilimanjaro and going on safaris. And we have some of our biggest programs going on in Tanzania. In 2009, we bought 4 acres of land there and broke ground on what would become the Kilimanjaro Kids Community. And it, for so many reasons, looking at this picture is emotional for me. It was a groundbreaking experience for me and a bit overwhelming in so many ways. And we broke ground, and over the years, we slowly built this orphanage and brought on these young kids. And our first 10 children moved into the orphanage in 2012, and we have continued to grow the orphanage with cows and goats and chickens and gardens and rainwater collection and solar panels and everything that these young children in the surrounding community need to really enjoy their lives there in Tanzania. And it's always interesting when you take a young child, the feeling that you have when they're in very dismal conditions and you help them in a very sad time of their life start to flourish and start to grow and become these beautiful young children with prosperous and great outlooks on the future. And I think it's really interesting to see Nima here, one of our children in 2012 at 3 years old, and now years later in 2020 at 11 years old, in school, being educated, learning English, and doing so very well to this very day. There's a story for each one of our kids just like that, and it's just an amazing experience to see them grow up. And they're really growing a lot. The things are really becoming very fortunate for them in the fact that many of our children are going from primary school into secondary school. So they're furthering on and they're passing their national exams to get into secondary school. And we look forward to seeing them grow up and continue on with further education and trade schools and get jobs and go to university if they'd like to, and become very participating members of the community in the future. So it's been a great year over at the KKC. A couple of the programs that we were able to continue, we finished our fish pond. This is our tilapia fish pond on our land. Just another way that we're self-sufficient there with 2,000 small fish in there that are going to start to be harvested in the next few weeks, actually, for food for the orphanage, along with all of our other lush gardens and our livestock there at the KKC. It's in a great area, just in the foothills of Kilimanjaro. You can see in the background here, you can see the white building in the back there. That is our guest quarters over here. And we're able to take in guests and student groups and different people that want to complete their time in Tanzania and spend some time at our orphanage and some of our other projects there. One of the more recent programs that we started in Tanzania was our school lunch program at a remote public school called Makuyuni. There was 700 kids going to this school, and when I toured the facility and asked the headmaster what they struggled with the most, he told me they struggled with food. And we started a program that was able to buy now a year's worth of food and feed those children every single day of the school year. The school attendance has grown from 700, 750 to over 1,000 kids going to school, and we're able to feed them lunch every single day. We were very productive over the summer this year, putting in hand washing stations. So when the kids did go back to school, they had a proper area to wash their hands and practice the hygiene that's also important to us to stay healthy, with water tanks, and those hand washing stations drain out into gardens that we have planted to irrigate gardens and grow crops. We also, with the lunch program, were able to break ground and complete a pavilion area that now will house over 1,000 kids to eat lunch in every day. The final picture on the lower right with the roof on is a little old. It is now has the floor in and the building construction is complete. And we are just continuing on by breaking ground on building all the tables and chairs to put in the pavilion. And the program is going very well. So I want to share a short video from Raymond Masei, our operations manager in Tanzania, East Africa.
Hello, everyone. My name is Raymond from Tanzania, Africa, where a human outreach project has a project going on. And the main project is Kilimanjaro Kids Community, which is an orphanage for children who are orphans and also children who are living in difficult times. We have 15 children aged between 10 and 16, and which Human Outreach Projects has built a home for them, feeds them and sponsors their education. Some of them are in primary school and others in secondary school. The other project that we do is Makuyuni Primary School, which is a government school. We sponsor and do a lunch program. We provide lunch for over 1,000 students every day. When we started the program 5 years ago, there were 750 kids in the school, but the program has improved the attendance to the extent that now we have 1,115 children attending that school. The program costs between over 15,000 US dollars a year. So I would like to take this opportunity to thank every one of you sponsors out there, because we wouldn't have been able to do this without your help. The world needs more people like you, and therefore I would like to thank you. And it's due to your generous donations and gifts that have helped us be able to achieve this goal of enhancing and improving the lives of the unfortunate human beings. Hello everyone, my name is Raymond from Tanzania.
So yeah, the Human Outreach Project programs in Tanzania are very many, with the KKC being very complex with the Kilimanjaro kids community, with the children, the surrounding community, all of the activities that take place at the orphanage site on our 4 acres of land. And we're really happy to see the programs like Makuyuni as well. We have a women's group there that has a batik clothing company and some other smaller projects that you can see in our annual report. One of the really nice things that happened this summer in guiding the small groups in Southern Utah was one of our guests that had been with me and with Worldwide Trekking to Nepal and Patagonia with us, came on a trip to Southern Utah with the family. And that family was very generous in making a nice donation to the Human Outreach Project, with the support in mind being that we could take care of our overseas teams in this difficult time. All of our teams really have been out of work in Tanzania, in Nepal, and down in Peru. And with that donation, he allocated that money to go directly towards support towards those families. We were able to do a donation during the summertime when they were really feeling the effects. And like a lot of things that we do, we thought a lot about the money that we had and the way that we were going to spend it. And we were able to save some of that money and then do a second round of donations this week, a couple weeks ago. So it was a much needed time, and we're hoping that it gets us through to the bright future in times ahead, where we'll start operating internationally and running trips in 20 and through 2021. So it was really great. They really appreciated it and got a lot of message from our teams, and they were so thankful in the support that they had to be able to take care of their families throughout the season and this next year. Also want to thank, as I wrap up here, you do have a Q&A on your screen. If you have any questions, you can type in a question. I would see it, and then I would be happy to answer that as I wrap up our program tonight. I want to thank our supporters from the different areas when we're doing different programs, whether it's by donating raffle prizes or Snowbird donating tram passes to run our program in the summertime for Hop Outdoors, and Cool making generous donations, and Utah Food Services donating the food that we use to support the Hop Outdoors program up at Snowbird. All of these donors are very generous in what they support us with. I do want to thank the staff here in the office. We did have to trim down our team here in Human Outreach Project and Worldwide Trekking headquarters this summer. But I want to thank Olivia, our operations, guest services, Corinne in the lower left, our operations director, and Macberg, our video editor that works for us part-time as we make different videos for YouTube. Super supportive, and I couldn't do it without them. I also want to thank Kelly McEwen, who does the graphic design for our annual report. She has for years. She does a wonderful job, and we hope that you guys will all check that link out when we send it to you next week and see all of the details that I had to leave out this evening, and all of the details on all of the different areas that we visit and run our programs overseas. I want to thank our governing board, our board of directors, Mike Sanders, our chairman of the board in the blue shirt, Jim Farmer, our secretary and founding board member up in the center with the cowboy hat on, Richard Schlesinger, with always giving me a lot of good information and feedback over the years. I really do appreciate your support, Richard. Molly Keller on the right-hand side there that you met this evening when she introduced our session here, and Dr. Phil Levy in the lower left. It's really great to have a board of people behind you to bounce ideas off of, to go over the numbers with, to kind of make sure that you're doing things well, and they help hold you accountable for all that you are doing. Of course, it goes without saying how much these guys mean to me. Raymond Massey, Rodolfo Reyes, and Geljan Sherpa, that help really run our programs. And I can't stress how important this summer has been to have the opportunity to have these guys reporting back to us, running the programs efficiently, when personally I was not able to visit myself, and I was here in Utah for the entire summer since March. And they did what they needed to do on the ground. They did a fantastic job. We, as we always do, speak regularly, and they made sure that our programs could continue to operate all across the world and all around the world, which was great. And that goes for all of our team members around the world. There are so many that I look forward to getting back to seeing when we can travel and travel safely. And it will be fantastic to do so. As we can, we'd love to invite you down to our new location at 7404 Union Park Avenue in Midvale, just by Fort Union Boulevard. This summer, not being able to travel gave me more time to spend on the building. We've been redoing the outside, and we're looking forward to having the sign on front real soon. And we'd love to see you down here in the months to come. And I have a couple questions. One says, I'm going to answer it live. It says, those kiddos are getting big now. They're little people when I visited the orphanage years ago. Thanks, Kate, for sending that question in. Someone's asking if I need donations to acquire COVID vaccines in the area. You know, I hadn't really thought of that. So I really do think I appreciate that question. And what we do is we get donations into the general fund. We see where they can be allocated and be the most useful and affect the most people in the areas that we travel. And vaccines would be something that would be great to see what we could do, something that I honestly would have to look into in the future. And then someone's asking, what is the next project that I need funding for? And it's a great question. I think our big programs this year, like I had said, in Nepal, we had allocated money for the medical clinic that we were about to break ground on. So we were feeling like we have that in reserve, and we're ready to do that when we can. In Tanzania, Africa, and I failed to mention it, so I'm glad that I have this reminder. Our children are getting older now, and we have one dorm that is split down the middle that has boys on one side, girls on the other side, and we've split the bathroom in half at that facility. Our goal this next year is to remove that divider and have the boys all have one dormitory, and to break ground on a new dormitory facility. It's an ambitious project. It will cost over $100,000 to complete a large-scale dormitory on our property in Tanzania, and also to have guest staff member quarters there, common area, 2 dorm rooms for young and older girls with a large bathroom, all of the showers and toilets in there. There's usually about 5 or 6 of those stalls in each one of those buildings. And we would love to break ground on that. We'll always do a multi-phase program where we start with our phase 1 of budgeting and making sure that by phase 2, we review our budget and make sure that we can accomplish our goal throughout phase 2. And then as we enter phase 3, we're just putting the finishing touches on it. So that's about all of the questions that I see. I think Molly wants to say, Molly, do you want to say anything to close it out, or I'll just end things here?
Am I unmuted?
You're unmuted, sure.
No, I just, so thank you once again, Dean, for your amazing presentation. And I think that the videos of all of your country managers, it's so good to see some of them here on the panel tonight, but, and just to hear their words. And I will just reiterate, and I've said this before, and I'll say it again, Dean is a man of huge integrity, and so are all of the members of his team around the world. And the relationships that they have built with each other and then within the communities and the people they serve are absolutely just so solid and of you know, just high character, and they get things done. And I know that all of you on this call and who are supporters of the Human Outreach Project, you're always wondering if your donations are making a real impact. And I think with Human Outreach Project, you know that they are, because of these relationships that have been built. And it's just amazing to see, even in a year of incredible hardship and a year where we are having to be so distant from each other, to see the work that continues and the lives that you are improving, Dean, and to all the team. It's really incredible. And I just encourage you all that are on this call to continue to spread the word about the work that Dean and his team are doing, and get others to give as well, because this is an organization that really, you know, that your donation is going to exactly what they say it's going to, and you see the difference. So I applaud you all, and I feel so honored to be a part of this organization. So it's great.
Thank you. Thank you, Molly. Thank you, everybody, for joining us tonight. Thank you so much for checking in, and we look forward to seeing you all in the future. And please check out our annual report, and we'll hopefully see you in person real soon. Have a great day. Thanks again.
Take care. Happy New Year, everyone.